Good morning. Happy Pride Month. Welcome to today's service. We're glad that you're here. We will start our sutra with our sutra today, which is Jusei, which can be found on page 23 in the purple book.
Can I ask everyone to please put your palms together in gassho, or bow your head in contemplation and respect. As we say together, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo. Can I ask everyone to please once more put your palms together in glasho, bow your head in contemplation and respect. As we say once again, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Nox. Namo Nox. Namo Nox.
Will everyone please rise, if you are able, for the reading of the three treasures found on page 3 of the Purple Book, followed by the Gatha, which I will announce later. Fortunate is it to be born into human life, now we are living it. Rare is it to encounter the teachings of the Buddha, now we hear it. If we do not seek the truth and the Dharma in this life, in what life shall we find it? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken within us our highest aspiration. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the Dharma and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord in a life of harmony, in a spirit and universal brotherhood, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful teaching. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of the Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. We will now have a Gatha. And it's in this white songbook. It's on page 24, and it's called A Flower Grows. Again, it's in this white songbook, page 24, and it's called A Flower Grows.
Just a quick reminder, we'll sing the first verse, we'll sing the second verse, and then we go over on the next page and sing the next part again.
Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, we will hear a message from Reverend Yasaki.
Can I ask everyone to please put your palms together in gasho, bow your head in contemplation and respect? As we say together, once again, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Anmops. Namo Anmops. Namo. Well, hello everyone. I hope everyone's been doing okay with, I assume, it's crazy weather for this time of the year. Again, I've only been up here in the Northwest for like, what, a little over 5 years, and this is really nice weather. Again, I'm from Southern California. If you get weather like this, which I grew up closer to the ocean, which is, you get nice 70-degree weather all year round, or most of the year. It's nice. It's very nice. So, especially after the heat waves we've been having the past 2 weeks, I'm glad that everyone's still safe and everyone's doing well. But again, the temperatures will change, so please, please, please take care of yourself, take care of those around you during these times. So, as our chairperson, Kendall, was nice to remind us, it is Pride Month, and I said last week that I talk about Pride Month because it's important. And I forgot to say last week for everyone who celebrated Juneteenth. Hopefully everyone had a nice time with Juneteenth. I forgot to say that last week. Again, mother brain, things go in, sometimes don't come out. So, but today for Pride Month, well, at least in regards to Pride Month, I thought and I'm pretty sure I talked about this once before. Last week we talked about Amida Buddha, the Buddha of immeasurable light and infinite light, the Buddha of infinite wisdom and compassion. And I specifically talk about the Gohonzon, which is what we call the central object of worship. And I put that in quotation marks because worship is very not like the, I guess, English understanding of worship is. It's more of gratitude as opposed to a worship. Because a worship, at least in my understanding of the definition, it means that you pray to some higher being for something in return, right? You wish for something, for them to do something for you. The thing is that Amida Buddha already does it without you having to ask. So it's not a worship. It's more gratitude. It's a thank you because they already give it to you. Anyways, in regards to Amida Buddha, I briefly stated last week that I use the pronouns they, them, or I try to remember to use they, them for Amida Buddha. And this is my personal choice, my personal opinion, because I am not a scholar. And it is true that all Buddhas were kings at one point. So technically male. So it is also proper to use the word, the pronouns he, him, right? But I personally don't use that. And part of it is because of the understanding that using that pronoun allows us to, I guess, label Amida Buddha as a certain gender. And using they, them is also not the best, but in English you have to use pronouns. That's the hardest thing, because it's been a discussion amongst ministers that we should just use the name Amida Buddha whenever you talk about Amida Buddha. But when you talk about Amida Buddha and you don't use pronouns, you use Amida Buddha a lot. And in English, it doesn't make sense. And again, not saying that they're wrong. They're welcome to continue to use that. But as an English speaker, I need to use pronouns. And so I use they, them, because Amida Buddha is the Buddha who can take on forms, various forms, whether that be male, female, other. Because as a Buddha, Buddha is formless form, which is a hard concept for us to grasp as human beings. It's in a way like how I described last week, that the Gohonzon can be a statue. It can be a scroll with a picture of a statue on it, or it can be the 6-character name Namo Amida Butsu. In a way, those are forms. But we're saying Amida Buddha can take on those different forms. So doesn't that also mean that Amida Buddha doesn't necessarily have one specific gender? And again, not saying that Amida Buddha is superior, because you could label them any gender you want to. But it is important for us to realize that Amida Buddha will take on that persona for you. Just for you, because of their infinite wisdom and compassion. So for me again, right, as someone who studied Buddhism, it is said in the sutras that this being, Amida Buddha, before, was a king of apparently a land far away, somewhere. Just like Shakyamuni Buddha. And their lives were very similar to Shakyamuni Buddha, apparently. And this is apparently the formula for the life of a Buddha, for someone who is about to become a Buddha. Which means, unless one of us are kings in here, I'm sorry to say, there's not going to be a Buddha in this room. And so, before, decades before, they've been calling Buddha, Amida Buddha especially, he, him, using he, him pronouns. So if you look at our older gathas and sutras, they will label Amida Buddha as he, him, use his, right? And for me, that's very interesting. Part of it is the understanding, right, that Shakyamuni Buddha too was a king, so he, but also the time that they made those books. And you had to use pronouns. They, them wasn't a generally used one decades ago. And so this is more of a modern, at least modern understanding, in my opinion, of Amida Buddha. And so I try my best when talking about Amida Buddha especially, use they, them. You don't have to do this. I do this. Shakyamuni Buddha is an interesting Buddha for me because Shakyamuni Buddha was an actual being 2,500 years ago in what was then called India, because there's relics. And because of that, in a way, in my mind, I still use he, him. But then, over the years, and again, my opinion, I started using he, him for when Shakyamuni Buddha was a prince, was an aesthetic, when he was still practicing. But then when Shakyamuni Buddha became a Buddha, or I should say this in this way, when Prince Siddhartha Gautama became Shakyamuni Buddha, they became Buddha. So I start using the word they, them. But again, this is my understanding of Buddha. Because Buddha is formless form. True, Shakyamuni Buddha was physically male. But the understanding that Buddha has transcends our understanding of male, female, other. That though there isn't honestly, a perfect pronoun for Amida Buddha, because they can take on all of those forms for us. Still, I think it's important to remember that Amida Buddha, no matter what pronouns you use, they will accept those pronouns you give them. If you still like to use he, him for Amida Buddha, that's perfectly fine. If you want to start using she, hers, I think a lot of people will be confused about that. And I'm saying that because the statue itself doesn't look too feminine in nature. But if you want to use those pronouns, you're welcome to. I myself, again, will use they, them when talking about Amida Buddha, or Buddha in general, because of wisdom and compassion. Going back to wisdom and compassion, and how you were able to understand that wisdom and compassion to help those around us who prefer certain pronouns, who prefer certain identities. Because Amida Buddha teaches each and every one of us that it is important to accept a person, no matter who they identify as a human being, as a fellow human being. That is what Amida Buddha teaches us every single day. And again, Amida Buddha will help you along the way by taking on those forms you need at that moment. And so, as we start closing this month of June for Pride Month, I think it is important for us to reflect on how we treat people, how we continue to treat people, and try our best, as Amida Buddha does for us, to treat each and every one of us with the respect, the wisdom, the compassion that each of us deserve. And so, even though Pride Month is supposed to end in June, please remember to continue to be aware of every community, every different type of community, even those that are not LGBTQ+. And understand, or try to understand, with the wisdom and compassion, with the guidance of Amida Buddha, to be less me of what I think gender, what I think identity is for other people, and accept the gender and identity that the other person has, and respect that with great wisdom and compassion. So, can I ask us to please put our palms together in gastro, or bow our head in contemplation and respect, as we think upon this great wisdom and compassion that is given to us by Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Nos. Namo Nos. Namo.
Thank you, Reverend Yasaki, for that really thoughtful message during this important month. Please rise, if you're able, for the Gatha Onroku-san 2, found on page 153 in the Purple Book. And please remain standing afterwards for the Daily Creed of Joro Shinshu, which be found on page 8. So again, Onroku-san 2 on page 153. Yes. Please turn to page 8 for the Daily Creed of Joro Shinshu, and please read along with me. Realizing enlightenment is assured and reciting the Nenbutsu, I shall live my life cheerfully and positively. Understanding the oneness of life and cultivating self-reflection, I shall diligently attend to my life's tasks in gratitude. Recognizing the Dharma path, I shall help spread the teachings of the Buddha. Appreciating the Buddha Dharma, I shall respect and help others, working for the good of society. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Please be seated. Do we have any first-time guests today that'd like to introduce themselves? Okay, no worries. Are there any announcements today? I know. Go ahead, Sarah.
So name tags. I see so many people wearing their name tags, and that makes me smile so much. If some of you have seen, there is a paper on the table out in front. So if you need a name tag, or you need to replace your name tag because it went home with you and you don't know where it is now, Please put your name on the paper on the table out in the foyer, and I'll get those made, the June batch, basically this week. So you'll have them next week. Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to remind people that the last ABA-sponsored event, it's the Seattle Mariner game. It's on August 6th. There's a sign-up sheet in the back. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Tessa, and I'm chairing Obon, so if you have any questions, you can come to me. Obon is July 25th, and if you want any further information, you can visit the website www.wrbt.org/bonodori. And if you would like to sponsor a song, you can either contact me or you can contact the office. There is a green sheet up front that has information if you forget what I'm saying. And then for Obon, we will need as much help as possible. And you can go to www.wrbt.org/Obon-volunteer. And please share with your family and friends to check it out, sign up, and please help us. We need it. And I guess there's other things on this green sheet that talks about, you know, other opportunities to help us because we love help. And strawberries, rhubarb, if you want to donate, again, look at the green sheet. And we recommend people to get their food worker card if you're volunteering. So it's all on this green sheet up front. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm just putting on Northwest hat. And I know the Seattle Obon is already on the green sheet. Reminder, it's Saturday and Sunday, July 18th and 19th. So please, if you have time that weekend, please feel free to go up and support the Seattle Betsuine on July 18th and 19th. And you don't have to work. If you would like to work and help out, the temples are always looking for extra help. So please feel free to reach out to the Seattle Betsuine if you would like to volunteer that day, those days as well. And again, our Obon, July 25th. Please start, mark it in your calendar as you're going to be busy all day. Because that, again, is ours, and it's always nice to support, the temple and the community here at the White River Buddhist Temple. And lastly is because it doesn't go that far, which is fine. The days will go by. But Tacoma Buddhist Temple will be having their Obon on Saturday, August 1st. So please support them as well. If you would like to volunteer too, please reach out to them. And I don't know if anyone's planning on going to Portland, but the Oregon Buddhist Temple in Portland, Oregon also has their Obon on August 1st. I apologize for not highlighting all the temples in the Northwest District, but those are kind of within driving distance-ish. Actually, I should look up when Yakima's is. Yakima doesn't do one? Oh, that's sad. But they will eventually. They'll get big enough to do it eventually. So please, if you have time, I know everybody has something to do every weekend, but please support the other Buddhist temples, and especially ours. Okay. So thank you all very much.
Good morning, I'm Georgette. I'm the president of the BWA. Just want to remind people, something fun we're trying to plan is a visit to the Wing Loop Museum in downtown Seattle. We haven't set a date yet, but it'll be August or July. So August or September, where all of us will be busy in July, I'm sure. So there's a sign-up sheet in the back. hallway. If you are interested, it doesn't commit you to anything, but we'd just like to know, how many people would be interested in attending, and we'll get more details firmed up as time goes on, but, something fun to look forward to after all the busyness of a bone and the fun that's involved there. Thank you.
Thank you. And then I have one more announcement. Alva has let me know that there are cherry tomato plant starts near the front door that you're welcome to take. So feel free to take those on your way out. So thank you, Alva. And then just reiterating, all the information about WON can be found on the website. Please help. So with all that being said, we're going to close our service now. And with our traditional closing remarks, if you know that, please follow along. My life is not only my life, but the life of others, sacrifices, kindness, thoughtfulness, and patience. I am grateful. Namo Amidabutsu. Namo Amidabutsu. Namo Amidabutsu. If you haven't done so already, please come up in Oshoku and offer incense. Thank you for attending today's service, and a special thank you to Tessa for Kansho and streaming, Reverend Cindy for chanting, as well as Reverend Sarah and Judy for the piano. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Oh yeah, there's an. Sorry, Roger. There's engaging with the Dharma today in the back in the of the Hondo. The topic is the different Buddhist traditions. I think Roger is leading it, so give me more incentive to join. And just join us in the back after service. Thank you.